Hey everybody, hope you're having a great day. And it's nice to come to you with another short video, this time from my office. I had to get some stuff done today and wasn't out running around all day, which was pretty nice. This is a video that I've wanted to do for probably the last 6 months, maybe even a little bit longer. Um, in 2020, time is totally out of whack, so I don't know, it could have been 2 days, but I think it was 6 months. And I want to talk to you about the importance of having your own agent when you go to purchase a new home. And I've got a quick little anecdote about how important that is. That happened to me personally 5, 6 months ago, which is the original uh, reason I wanted to do this video. That and that's just good information in general. But when you go to a new home subdivision and there's an agent sitting in that model home or sitting in that sales trailer, or maybe not even on site, it's just all of their information there at the house that you happen to be walking through to buy. That agent is working for that builder or that builder company. Okay, now there's nothing wrong with that. A builder needs their own agent, and a building company needs their own agent. Every seller needs their own agent to protect their interest in the sale. Just like you when you go to sell your home, you need your own representation. That's what your agent is. But when you're buying, you need your own representation too. So when you go in and you make that new home purchase and you don't have your own person either with you or at least in contact with you, then it's sort of buying at your own peril because you do not have your own representation or your own advocate in that transaction for you. Now, here's what happened to me. Very nice family. I had listed and sold their home right at the first of the year. So I guess it was about 7 months. I told you 2020, I would get it all sorted out eventually. It was about 2 or 3 weeks after the first of the year. And we had sold their home, sold it quick, sold it for full price. Um, they had a place to stay for a few weeks if they had to. It was actually the wife's parents they could move in with. So it wasn't a huge rush for them to find something else. So we got their home, sold and closed really quick. Sold it over the holidays actually, or went under contract over the holidays. Um, so really fast sell, quick close, got everything moved out, and we were in the process of looking for their next home. I had been sending them home searches, and we had been, I'd even actually shown them 2 or 3 new construction homes over the course of a couple of weekends. Just kind of getting a feel for what was out there, what they liked. They were kind of trying to figure out what they liked too. And then all of a sudden, I find out that they're under contract on a new construction home. And it wasn't a home that I had shown them or even a community that they had expressed interest in. Um, but I found out that they were under contract. And they went into that contract without me listed anywhere on it as their agent. And they, after the fact, were sort of a week or so on, they couldn't understand why I wasn't sort of able to help them and I wasn't involved in the process. And I had to explain to them it's because they had gone out on their own and hadn't let me know that they were making an offer and signing a contract and all of that. Now, there's a lot to be said for yes, but didn't you have a buyer's agreement with them? And could you have caused a fuss? Yes, I could have. But that's not that's a video for another time. So let's just put that aside. Maybe I'll do that one coming up at some point in the near future. Um, I was more upset with the agent on site of the new home that they bought because in conversations with who were supposed to be my clients, they had told me questions that on-site agent had asked them. Have you had anyone showing you homes? They said yes. They said, well, blah blah blah. Long story short, and again, I won't go into the details, but that agent wrote the contract with them and knowing that in all likelihood, by the answers that they were giving, they had been working with an agent. In this case, it would be me. And went ahead and put them on paper being unrepresented in that transaction. Okay, so now we fast forward to the contract to close period. After the contract is accepted and bound, but before the home closes. That's when your inspections happen, your appraisal happens, all your title work, if your closing attorney happens, all of the work with the lender happens, and underwriting, and all of that, okay? It seemed like there was problem after problem after problem. There was a problem, multiple problems actually, with inspection issues. There was a problem with the appraisal, and then there was a problem in underwriting with the lender as well. And through all of those, if I had been able to help them and assist them as their advocate, as their agent, as their representative, so much of that could have been either avoided from the beginning or resolved in a much less frantic or hectic or stressful way. And again, it's not really those people's fault, because look, and one of the reasons I make videos as much as I do, and I try to talk about as many topics involving real estate as I can, is because it is a massive, nebulous thing. It's a huge topic that has a lot of moving parts, a lot of complicated intricacies in it, and if you're not in it all the time, if it's not, if you don't live and breathe it, then there's just a lot that you're not going to know. And so I try to talk about as many varied topics involving it as I can, just to let you know how important it is to have someone that you trust and who is knowledgeable to work with you through it, so you don't get taken advantage of, so you don't get ripped off or undersold or bought or overbought, undersold or overbought. So anyway, my main problem, again, was not with the folks. It was with that agent and her company for seemingly kind of taking advantage of the situation. Okay, again, though, the specifics of all of that could be its own video, and probably I wouldn't do it anyway, because I want everything to remain anonymous, and I think I've been vague enough to save everyone's anonymity, we'll say. Okay, so, but what's the whole point of that whole personal anecdote, semi-horror story that I just told you? The point is, when you are going into what is going to be, for almost anybody, the biggest purchase of your entire life, you've got to have somebody on your side. You've got to have someone there looking after your interests and your concerns, who you can bounce things off of, get the hard questions answered, just get advice from everything from pricing issues all the way down to very specific inspection type issue things. Someone like me, being a home builder as well as a realtor, especially in the new construction game, there are things that I can say that maybe even goes further than what the normal realtor could tell you. So maybe that's just one extra advantage I have for my clients. But regardless, you really have to have your own person. You really have to have, again, you can call it your own agent, that's, but it really is more than just having your own agent. It's really your advocate, your representative. You wouldn't go to court without your own attorney. You wouldn't show up to an IRS audit without an accountant. You shouldn't go and plan on purchasing a new home and all of the financial weight of that decision without someone in your corner helping you along the way. And again, not only just on the financial aspect of it, but on every other single thing involving it. Okay, so that's I guess the tip of the video. If you're going to go out there and you're going to search for a new home, have your realtor lined up, have them with you. And if you just want to go out on like a Sunday afternoon, just you or you and your spouse, and you're just looking around and you just happen to stumble across that perfect house in that perfect neighborhood that you didn't know existed and your realtor didn't know existed or whatever, and they're not around, just call them, send them a text, say, hey, I know that we weren't planning on seeing houses today. Me and the missus or me and the mister just decided, maybe after church, after lunch, we just wanted to get out for a minute. We came across this neighborhood. I promise you, anyone you're working with who's your agent, and I know I speak for myself 100% in this, if you send them that message or that text and say, hey, this is where we're at and this is what we're thinking of doing, I promise you they're going to drop what they're doing and they're going to get on it for you. They're going to get on and start looking at price comps. They'll probably drive out to where you are within however far away it is. They'll be there. Just give them time to get there. I mean, we take this stuff seriously. And when I know for me, when I have a client, they're my client. It's like an attorney when they have a client and they get a 2 a.m. phone call that they just got arrested. Well, you go and you take care of it. You help them post bail or whatever. This is kind of the same thing. Anyway, don't want to be melodramatic about it, but to be honest, it is almost that serious. At least it is to me. So this weekend, if you're out looking at houses and you're thinking that you might have found the one, call me, call whatever agent it was that you were working with. Just don't go it alone. Have your person in your corner, and you're going to save yourself a lot of headache. Promise. So that's it. Like I said, hope everybody's doing good. Don't forget this sign behind me. It's been the topic of a lot of my videos lately. Your home is worth a lot. You deserve every penny when you sell it. Contact me for more information on that if you've got questions. And for anything real estate related at all, whether it's needing to sell your home, buy a home, build a home, just leave me a comment, shoot me a message or a text or a call, and I will help you get started. Thanks a lot. Everybody have a good day.